Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. The details of what transpired between Abia State Governor Dr. Alex Otti and Nnamdi Kanu Sokoto prison correctional center, and of course the governor, the Sultan of Sokoto, is out. I'm gonna give full details on that. Remember, some few hours ago, Alex Otti, the Abia State governor, who happens to be the governor of Nnamdi Kanu in Abia State, have decided to pay him that courtesy visit and insisting and telling him some very encouraging news, I must say. But before going to the newspaper, kindly subscribe to our channel. According to what we gathered, Abia State Governor Dr. Alex Otti on Saturday paid a private visit to the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, at the Sokoto Correctional Center in Sokoto State, assuring him of ongoing administrative efforts aimed at securing his freedom. Governor Otti, who arrived at the facility in company of top government officials, held a closed-door interaction with Kanu, during which he encouraged him to remain strong and hopeful. Now, according to the governor, engagement and negotiations initiated over 2 years ago in pursuit of Kanu's release have not only continued, but have been intensified. Remain calm and strong. The process towards securing your freedom is ongoing and will be resolved administratively. Governor Otti assured the IPOB leader. The governor expressed optimism following his recent engagement with the Sultan of Sokoto, whom he disclosed shared similar views on the need to de-escalate tension in the southeast and ensure Kanu's release. Otti revealed that the Sultan, in a moment of humor, joked that Nnamdi Kanu had become his subject and would soon be turbaned, a comment that reportedly triggered laughter from the IPOB leader. Now, in response, an upbeat Mazi Nnamdi Kanu expressed deep gratitude to the governor for the visit, noting that he was not surprised by Otti's swift action, given his past supportive gestures. Kanu commended the governor for what he described as giant developmental strides in Abia State, likening his administrative performance to the legacy of the late governor of Old Imo State, De Sam Mbakwe. I am proud of the transformation happening in Abia State, Kanu said. You are towing a path of excellence similar to De Sam Mbakwe, and history will remember you, Kanu stated. He also stressed that his only concern has always been good governance and the well-being of the people, and offered prayers for the governor and his team. Governor Otti was accompanied by the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Mr. Ikechukwu Nwana, a senior advocate of Nigeria, SAN, a special advisor on media and publicity, Ferdinand Ekeoma, select Sokoto State government officials, and Kanu's younger brother, Prince Emmanuel Kanu. The visit marks one of the most significant political engagement surrounding Kanu's detention since his transfer to the Sokoto Correctional Center. All of this took place within Sokoto, and I must say that this is good news coming from someone of political responsibility. Alex Otti is a man of very few words. He has said that it's intensifying, then indeed it's intensifying. But in another news, very quickly, it looks as if something is definitely brewing with the issue of state proposal in Southeast. Delta North leaders reject proposal to add Anioma State to Southeast. As the agitation for creation of additional states in the Southeast heats up, fresh indications suggest that stakeholders in the region may have settled an Anioma State as a preferred option following the closed-door meeting in Abuja last Thursday. Now, information gathered from participants at the meeting, which held at the residence of the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, shows that the proposed state would comprise Anioma in Delta State, the old Olu zone in Imo State, and Ihiala local government area of Anambra State, with Olu selected as the proposed capital. But in swift reaction, legislators representing Delta North Senatorial District in the Delta State House of Assembly and chairmen of the 9 local government areas in the district issued a unified and emphatic rejection of proposals suggesting the placement of Anioma State within the Southeast geopolitical zone. In a joint statement, the political leaders reaffirmed their full support for the creation of Anioma State, but insisted that such a state must remain firmly within the South-South. It was also learned that meeting convened by the Deputy Speaker was intended to bring together all state creation movements in the Southeast to make their presentation and to help the region arrive at a single unified choice before forwarding its position to the relevant authorities. Although the session was originally meant to be exclusive to Southeast agitators, participants disclosed that Senator Ned Nwoko and a delegation from Anioma in Delta State were unexpectedly permitted to join the discussions, but despite initial surprise over their presence, the deliberations continued. It was gathered that after various presentations, the Deputy Speaker appealed to agitating groups to voluntarily step down overlapping demands so that the region could consolidate behind one proposal. At that stage, Imo Senator Osita Izunaozo led Anim State Movement announced a merger with Senator Nwoko's Anioma Group along with representatives from Ihiala to form Anim Oma State. On the question of the capital, the Anioma delegation was said to have agreed to cede Asaba in favor of Olu in Imo State, a position which Senator Nwoko reportedly affirmed. However, the development did not go unchallenged as some participants raised concern about a possible arrangement that could dilute the Southeast's exclusive claim to the new state. Questions were also raised regarding the compliance with Section 8, Subsection 1A of the 1999 Constitution as amended, which mandates that any state creation request must carry the endorsement of 2/3 of the elected representative from the proposed area across all legislative tiers and local government. According to the account from attendees, the Deputy Speaker intervened, stating that the necessary document had already been submitted in line with constitutional requirement. Kanu reportedly announced that the Anim Oma proposal will be transmitted to the appropriate authorities as the consensus position of the Southeast, though he was reminded that the commitment for an additional state applied solely to the region. The meeting is expected to reconvene today at the same venue for a formal vote on the Anim Oma proposal. Now, but Delta North leader described the suggestion of merging Anioma with the Southeast as a vehemently opposed, non-negotiable, and contrary to the historical and cultural identity of Anioma people. The statement, endorsed by all elected representatives from Delta North, follows a renewed national conversation, legislative engagement on the creation of additional states across the country. According to the leader, the resurgence of this national debate necessitated a clear and collective position to avoid misinterpretation of aspiration of the Anioma people. Our quest for a distinct and autonomous Anioma state is not a fleeting political venture, but a legitimate aspiration deeply rooted in history, championed by our reverend forebears and leaders, the signatories declared. Describing the pursuit as a generational mission, they emphasized that the Anioma dream is anchored on cultural identity, language, administrative continuity, and the desire for